and then at last I will discuss about something about the syllabus. So I told you for loop is mainly used for what? For mainly for loop is mainly used to fetch the value from the collection. If you have multiple values, if you have collection, okay, if you have collection, as I hope I had given you an example that if I have some jar of rasgullas, some jar of rasgullas, let's say if I have something like that, okay, jar of rasgullas, if we have something like that, okay, let's assume that this is you can assume this is one kind of jar, okay, and here let's say it is filled with some rasgullas, okay, assume that, okay, assume that it is filled with some rasgullas. This jar, this is a jar, okay, this is a jar, and this jar is filled with some rasgullas. Some rasgullas are there in this jar, okay. So now, how to fetch these? Of course, this jar is full of rasgullas. Okay, this jar is full of rasgullas. How to fetch these rasgullas? So to fetch these rasgullas, we need to fetch this rasgulla by a spoon. With the help of a spoon, we can fetch these rasgullas one by one. Yes or no? Yes, we can fetch these rasgullas one by one. So first of all, we have to fetch this rasgulla. Then what? This one. Then what? This one, and like that in a sequence. In a sequence we have to fetch. In a sequence, listen the word carefully. Sequence. I'm talking about what? Sequence. So the same thing we have what? The same thing we have in for loop. In for loop, what happens? We can fetch the value. We can generate the number of sequence. We can fetch the value from the sequence. Even we can generate the number from the sequence. Listen very carefully, sir. Listen very carefully. What I'm trying to tell you. Okay. Now, sir, can you give me example? I have already given you in the last class. You can see if you have visited my video, you have I have given the definition as well. Okay. So, what is the syntax, sir? What is the syntax? So the syntax is very simple. What is the syntax? Syntax is very simple. We are using what? For, okay, the name of the variable for var in is a keyword. For var in is a keyword, and then what? Then the collection from where actually I want to fetch the value from the collection. Okay, collection from where actually I want to fetch the value. So even you can write here collection. Collection means what? Which is holding the value, which is holding the value, correct or not? Which is holding the value, and then here we can have a statements. Okay, intentionally I have written collection. Intentionally I have written collection. Why? Because I want to fetch the value. I want to fetch the value from the collection, correct or not? Yes, correct. Now can you show me some examples, sir? Listen, I'm trying to give you one example. Listen very carefully. So let me first listen you very carefully, then I will give you each and everything. I will give you the idea, don't worry. Open. In desktop I have a program demo. Try to open this program. Yeah, I think we were working with this range function. Okay, so you know let's say, listen very carefully. Let's say we will talk about this range function, don't worry, we will talk about this range function. First, let me go with general loop. First, let me go with general loop. What is general loop? That is for loop. So let's say, sir, I have a, let's say I have a string. String, this is a string. I have Jamshedpur. This Jamshedpur is a string, correct or not? Yes, this Jamshedpur is a string. Now, this is a collection or not? Yes, X is holding what? Collection. Listen very carefully. X is collection or not? How its collections are? Look, if I'm printing, print X of 0, print X of 0, what it will print? It will print the first value. What is that? J. It will print the first value. What is that? J. Look at what it is printing. If you execute this program, if you run this program, it will print the first value. What is it printing? J. Okay, J is in the first position, just like our rasgulla. If I print 1, what will it will print? A. Okay, it will print A. It will print A. Like that, it will keep on printing. Sir, I want to fetch the value. So I got the idea that it is in the zeroth position. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. Okay, correct or not? Yes, correct. So this is collection, sir. Sir, I want to fetch the value. Yes, we can use for loop. Look, how to use, what is the syntax? For the name of the variable, any variable, let's say var, where you want to store the value. In X is a collection or not? X is a collection which is holding Jamshedpur. X is a collection which is holding what? Jamshedpur. Correct or not? Yes, X is a collection which is holding Jamshedpur. Now, what I can do, I can write var, var, var. So X is a collection which is holding Jamshedpur. So first of all, what will happen? First of all, in this var, J will come. First of all, this X is a collection. X is holding what? Jamshedpur. First of all, in this var, J will come. It will print var. It will print J, and then the second letter A will come to this var. It will print A, then m will come to this var, then it will print m. So you will get the output in a what? In a sequence, j a m s h e d p u r, but in the next line. Why? Because we are using here print function. What print function will do? It will print the character and keep the cursor in the next line. Okay, keep the cursor in the next line, move the cursor in the next line. So when you run this, look what you are getting. Jamshedpur, Jamshedpur. Sir, I want Jamshedpur in a single line, sir. Very simple, very simple. Comma, and with no space, and with no space. I don't want to give any space. Is it clear, all of you? Come on, reply so I can move ahead. Is it clear? You are getting my point? Okay, fine. So this is what the basically this is what the that is the meaning of for loop. Okay, actually how it's working. If you want to know how it's working, actually, right? How it's working. If you want, you can take the screenshot of this one. This is what for loop we are talking about. For loop. If you want, you can take this screenshot of this one. This is what for loop we are talking. Now, how actually it is working? Look, I am telling you how it is actually working. What is the internal mechanism? How internally it is working? Let's say I'm taking one very simple value. Let's say x is equal to let's say GSR. GSR. Simple value I'm taking. Okay. X is equal to GSR. Now how to write for loop? Very simple, sir. For y in x, colon, then print y. Print y. Yes or no? This is the syntax. Or sorry, this is not the syntax. This is actually what we are fetching the value from the x. X is a collection. So here you can see. Look at very carefully here. You can see x is a variable. Correct or not? X is a variable. Now, sir, in this x we have, in this x in this x in this x we have zeroth position. Then in this x we have first position. Then in this x we have second position as well. Only three letters we have, guys. Okay, look at carefully, huh? So can you tell me, it is in the zeroth position, what is the value we have in the zeroth position? What is the letter we have? The letter is what? J. The letter is what? J. J is the letter. Okay, now in the first position, what is the letter, sir? What is the letter, sir? The letter is S. And in the second position, what is the letter, sir? The letter is, in second position, what is the letter? Letter is R. Correct or not? So it is J S R. If I print directly, if I print here, listen, if I print here x of 0, if I print here x of 0, what it will give? It will give J. Correct or not? It will give J. It will print J. If I write x of 1, it will print S. If I write x of 2, it will print R. Quite simple. Okay, quite simple. Now, how it's look internally rotating? Listen. Actually, internally, it is asking a question. What question it is asking? How it's rotating? How the condition becomes true? Everything. Listen carefully. Internally, it is asking a question: X has more value or not? X has more value or not? It is asking a question: X has more value or not? So when this will ask a question: X has more value or not? Definitely, you can have two options. You can have two options. Correct or not? What are the options you have? Yes or no? Yes or no? Correct. Yes or no? So here, yes, and here we can have what? No. Two options we can. We have the value or we don't have the value. Okay. If yes, the condition will become true. If yes, internally the loop will become true. If no, internally the loop will become false. If yes, the loop will become true. If no, loop will become false. Now listen carefully. Now it will asking, look at, it is asking x has more value or not. Look at, x has more value or not, it is asking. Okay guys, it is asking x has more value or not. Look at, x has value or not, yes. What is the first value? J. So this first value of x is going to assign on this j. The first value of x is going to assign on this j. Now whenever we are printing y, what y is holding? Y is holding j. So in the screen you can see it is j is coming. Now again it will ask question, x has more value or not. X has more value or not, yes, x has more value. What is the next value? S. X has s. So now this time what will happen? This s is going to assign on this y. This s is going to assign on this y, okay, and then print y. What is the value of y? S. So second time, what is the value of y? That is s, okay, s. Now next, x has more value or not? Yes, x has more value. What is that? R. Now this time r is going to assign from x, this r is going to assign on this y variable. So what is the value of y now? R. Print y means what? Print r. Print r, correct or not? Yes, correct. It's quite simple, sir. So it is printing what? JSR. JSR. Now again it is asking X has more value or not? No. Look at, no. X has not more value. So automatically the loop will become false. Automatically the loop will become false. So like that it is internally running. Like that it is internally executing. Okay, fine. Sir, we got the answer. Okay, this is what the for loop. This is what the for loop. If you want, you can write this question. Yeah, if you want, you can write this program. What heading you can give? Look, what heading you can give? You can give Python program. Python program to fetch the values from the string through for loop. Yes, now you can write it. Python program to fetch the values from the string through for loop. Okay, better to write down this program. X is holding Jamshedpur. Oh, sorry. X is holding Jamshedpur, and for var in X, var is extracting the character by character. Var is a variable which is extracting character by character from variable X. Done. Okay, so this is the Python program to fetch the value from the string, correct? Now, sir, if I want to fetch the value from the number, sir, I want to fetch the value from the number. So Python program to fetch the values from numbers. Let's say the next program from numbers. So we can have two options, you know. If you want to fetch the value from the number now, you can have two options. Look, I'm just modifying this program. What two options we have? X is equal to 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, 5, comma 6, sorry, 6, comma 7, comma 6, comma 7, comma 8, comma 9. Okay, or maybe you can go up to infinity. Okay, you can go up to infinity. Now the same program, look, same program, everything is same. So what will happen? Again, X is a collection or not? Look, it is holding collection or not? Yes, it is. Collection means what? Multiple values. Collection means what? Multiple values. X is holding multiple values or not, sir? Yes, X is holding multiple values. Now, what will happen? First of all, 1 will come and it will assign to where. Second, 2 will come and it will assign to where. 3 will come and it will assign to where. 4 will come and it will assign to where. Correct or not? Now, when you run this, you will get the output what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a single line. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a single line. If you remove this end with a no space, if you remove this end with a no space, what will happen? You will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but in the next line. Okay. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Correct or not? So this is what how to fetch the values from a number. From a number. Okay, from number if I want to fetch the values. So we have this option. Please write on this one. Okay, now we can have also one kind of option. As I told you, now we have two options. So what you can do, instead of writing this x, now look at x is we are writing here now. So one more option what you can here, instead of writing this one here directly you can write what? Look at this one. Like that you can write 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Like that you can write. Even it is also possible, sir. It is also possible, let's say. So it will give you what? 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. This is also possible. Okay. So first you write down this option also. This is also possible. Another flavor. Again, same. The program is same to fetch the numbers. Okay. To fetch the numbers, the flavor is different. The flavor is different. The flavor is different. Thus the program is same to fetch the values from the number. From the number. Okay, done. Up to here, any doubt anybody has? Because now I will move to another topic. Up to here, any doubt? Anything you want to ask, guys? Okay, you don't want to ask anything. Okay, fine. Now let's move to another topic. Now look at this program. If you generate the number or if you fetch the number by using this approach, okay, if we fetch the number by using this approach, then it's really very difficult. It's very difficult. Why very difficult? Sir, I want to fetch 100 of numbers. Then it is very difficult. Why? Because you have to write 1 to 100 manually. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 up to 100. So if I want to generate, let's say 100 numbers, 1000 numbers, then it is very difficult to work with this approach. Okay, why? Because here we need to write the numbers manually. We need to write the numbers manually, which is a tedious task, which is a difficult task. Okay, that's why Python people introduced a predefined function called range. A predefined function called range to generate the sequence of integers. Look at what I'm telling. What is the use of range function? To generate the sequence of integers. If someone is going to ask you what is the use of range function, sir, what is the use of range function? Range function. Okay, what is the use of range function? What is the use of range function? To generate the sequence of integers. To generate sequence of sequence of integers. Sequence of integers. Correct or not? To generate the sequence of integers, we are using what? Range function. Range function we are using to generate the sequence of integers. Correct or not? Yes, correct. Okay. Now, let me check. Let me verify. So for var in range. Now listen carefully. If I'm writing here 10, if I'm writing here 10, what will happen? Okay, it is taking parameter. Actually, range function is taking three parameters. Range function can take three parameters. Now I am passing only one parameter. What I'm passing range 10. Now what will happen? Look at, if you're passing one parameter, one parameter if you're passing. Okay, if you're passing one parameter, then what will happen? Then what will happen? By default, the sequence will start from zero. By default, the sequence will start from zero, and it will end, and it will end and to the number to the number as specified to the number as specified to the number as specified, but exclusive the number, exclusive the number means what do you mean by that? Exclusive the number means what? Now this one, listen, this one will start by default. The sequence will start from zero. If we're taking one parameter, what I'm talking about this one parameter. So if you're taking one parameter, by default the sequence will start from zero, and it will end to the number specified but exclusive the number. The number specified means what? We have a specified 10, so it will print 0 to 10. But as I told you, exclusive the number means what? It will not print 10. That means it will print from 0 to 9. What it will print, it will, what sequence of number it will generate from 0 to 9. Okay, 0 to 9 by exclusive the number, leaving the number. Okay, by exclusive the number. So now if you run this, you will get 0 to 9 only. 0 to 9. Yes, 0 to 9. Okay, 0 to 9 only. By default, if you're passing one parameter, by default the sequence will start from 0, and it will end to the number specified but exclusive the number. It will end to the number specified but exclusive the number. Exclusive number will be exclusive. The specified number will be exclusive. Now, sir, what will happen if you pass the second parameter, or if you pass the two parameter? Look at two parameter. What will happen if you're passing two parameter? So if you're passing two parameter, that means you have an option to start according to your choice and to end according to your choice. Okay. One more thing I forget here. One more thing I forget here. But exclusive the numbers, increment will be done by one. Increment increment will be done by one. Increment will be done by one. So you can see it is starting from 0 ending to 9. By exclusive the number, increment will be done by 1. Okay, so from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, incremented by 1. Number will incremented by 1. Okay, so you can write down the sequence will be incremented by 1. The sequence will be incremented by 1. By 1. Yes, correct. Now, sir, if I pass two parameter, then what will happen, sir? If I pass two parameter, if you're passing two parameter, that means what? You have an option to start your sequence from anywhere. It will not start by default with 0. Okay. So let's say, sir, I want to start with 5. Okay, very nice. Sir, I want to go up to 15. Up to 15. 15 means you have to specify 16. Exclusive. So now it will print from 5 to 50. It will print from 5 to 50. Okay, now let's print this, whether it is printing or not. 5 to 50. Look, yes, it is printing what? 5 to 50. Is it clear, all of you? I hope it's clear. So if you pass two parameter, the first parameter will the first parameter will specify the starting of the sequence, whereas second parameter whereas the second parameter will specify the end of the sequence end of the sequence, end of the sequence, but but the number will be exclusive. But the number, but the number will be exclusive. The number will be exclusive. Okay, but the number will be exclusive. Yes or no? Yes, correct. The number will be exclusive. Now, sir, what will happen if you pass third parameter? I will give each and everything. Don't worry. I will give you each and everything. Don't worry about that. Now, I'm talking about what will happen if you pass the third parameter. What will happen? If you pass the third parameter, what will happen? Listen. So, sir, now I am passing three parameters. Three parameters. Sir, by default, the incremented increment will be done by one or not? Yes, look at the sequence will incremented by one. Here also the sequence will be incremented by one. Correct or not? The same thing you can repeat here also. Okay, the sequence will be generated by one. The sequence will be incremented by one only. Okay, correct or not? Yes, the sequence will be incremented by one only. So third parameter means what? I want to change the sequence. I want to change the increment sequence. I want to change the increment sequence. Okay. Now I don't want to increment the number by one. I don't want to increment the number one by one. I want to increment the number according to my requirement. Let's say the best example is I want to print the table of three. Sir, I want to print the table of three. Okay. Print the table of three. So the table of three must start from three. Now the second parameter must be 31. So the sequence will move, the end sequence will be 30, the end sequence will be 30, correct or not? Exclusive the number 31, exclusive the number, so it will move up to 30. Now if you are printing the table of 3, the difference, the steps between two numbers must be what? 3. So the third parameter will specify the steps. The third parameter will specify the steps, that is the sequence, the difference between the number, the difference between the number. Now if you run this, what you will get? You will get the table of 3. Look, okay, so let me clear actually. Let me close this. Again run this. Yes, it is starting from 3. Look at 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Oh, okay. Why? Because we have a specified 31 now. Second parameter 31 exclusive. So it will move up to 30. If let's say if you specify 33, 34, then up to 33 it will move. It will move up to 33. Correct or not? Yes, correct. Look. It's quite simple. Okay. It's quite simple. So third parameter means what? The third parameter will specify third parameter will specify the steps between the number. Between the number. Okay, between the number. By default, it will be incremented by one. It will be incremented by one. But according to our requirement, according to our requirement, according to our requirement, according to our requirement, we can change the sequence. We can change the sequence. Tell me, all points are clear? Just confirm me once, all of you. Okay, what will happen if you pass first parameter? What will happen if you pass second parameter? What will happen if you pass third parameter? You have all the options. You can pass single parameter, you can pass two parameter, you can pass three parameters. Now if you go to the programming part, look at this is the example I had given you. Now if you go to the real program, everything is written. Just look at Python. Here introduction, here basic, and four. Look at. So this is we have done. This is we have done. This is we have done. And from here, okay, from here we got the solution, but it is very bad for large numbers. So Python provides predefined function range which returns a sequence of integers. That is very important. Python predefines function range which returns what sequence of integers. The function range returns the number sequence where number will be by default start from 0 and increment by 1, and the specified value will be exclusive. The value whatever you will specify, that will be exclusive. So first you do one thing, you write down this one up to here. Please write down. Okay, so if you want to generate the sequence of number, it is very bad if you are writing the number manually, guys. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's why Python provides predefined function range, predefined function range, which generates the sequence of integers, which returns the sequence of integers. Okay, done. If completed, you write down this one, this program. It will generate from 0 to 8. Okay, this program will generate from 0 to 8. Even if you want, you can write the output. This is the program. For x in range 9, of course, it will generate from 0 to 8. Okay, now look at this one. This theory part, look at. What is the this theory part? We can add parameter like range 1 comma 6. We can add parameter like range 1 comma 6. That is the case of second parameter. Correct or not? We can add parameter like range 1 comma 6. So the starting value will be 1, and value will be and to 5, and value will be what? 5, and value will be 5. Correct or not? And value will be 5. Second parameter case. Okay, please write down this one. We can add parameter like range 1 comma 6. So the starting value will be 1, and the end value will be 5. Okay, done. Only this one. Okay, now look at this program. If you look at this program, do one thing. You just copy this one and try to run from that part. Okay. Look at here. I am going to paste that program. So what we have, look at num is equal to 2. Num is a variable whose value I am taking what 2. For a in range 1 comma 6. 1 comma 6 means it will start from 1 to 5. 1 to 5. Correct or not? So the value of a will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what you are doing, num into what a? What is the value of a? 1. Then again num, the value of num is fixed. The value of num is fixed. The num value is what? 2. So 2 into 1, then 2 into 2, then 2 into 3, then 2 into 4, then 2 into 5. And this num value even you can take from user. How to take? In input, enter, or you can give respect, please enter an int value, an integer value. Correct or not? Yes, correct. So whatever the user will enter, that will be stored in this num variable, and this num variable is value is fixed. Let's say 5. But what is the value of this a? This a value will start from 1 and it will move up to 5. So num value is 5 means what? 5 into 1, 5 into 2, 5 into 3, 5 into 4, 5 into 5. Let's run this program. Uh, Sir, 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, sir, if I want to take 2, yes, you can take 2, 3. Okay, so Python program to accept an int value from the user and print the table. Print the table. Okay, write down. Write down from line number 1 to line number 6. Okay, Python program to accept an int value from the user and print the table. Up to line number 6 only. Okay. Okay, done all of you. Now look at. Now next one. Yeah, next what it is saying, look at. What next? Next is the last one. What is that? The range function defaults to increment the sequence by 1. The range function defaults to increment the sequence by 1. But if we can change the, but if we but but we can change the increment value by adding the third parameter. So if you are adding the third parameter, that means what, you can change the sequence value. Correct or not? So the range function default increment the sequence by 1, defaults to increment the sequence by 1. But if you want, you can change, as I told you. Yes, you can change or not. Yes, you can change by passing the third parameter. If you are passing the third parameter, definitely the sequence will be changed, the step will be changed. Okay, so you write down this one. And this example also, look at, this is the what, you just put here 31, so it will print the table of 3. Program to print the table of 3. Please write down. Program to print the table of 3. You write down this one and this one both. Just wait guys, let me stop the recording.